So, as promised, home gym tour and building home gym tips, okay? Apologies that I was not able to get this video out prior to me going on vacation, but life, y'all know how life is, best laid plans, all that, but it's here now, right? Okay, so I'm not too sure. Let's go ahead and put in the home gym tour footage now, and then I'll be back with building home gym tips. Hey guys, so this is my home gym. I promised y'all a home gym tour, so let me go ahead and give it to y'all, right? Okay, so when you first walk in, I have sliding doors. Y'all typically see these closed. This gym was or is the dining room for this house. We're not big eat on the table type people, and we were able to fit a table in like the breakfast area. So I'm using the room that should be the dining room for my gym, all right? So when you first walk in, on the left, I have a Marcy squat rack, all right? This squat rack was purchased from Academy Sports and Outdoors. I'm not sure if Academy is anywhere else in the United States. I do know that it's a Texas store. So yeah, for my Olympic bar, it is a 2-inch. So this is a 2-inch diameter here. And yeah, I have a squat pad, and then I have weights from the last time I actually worked out, which was like a week ago. And then my medicine ball I keep at the top here. All my dumbbells, I don't have a dumbbell rack, but I do keep my dumbbells on the floor right here. If y'all hear a camera, autofocusing, it's because I have my autofocus on. Let me kind of turn that off. Okay, so, and right here are my larger plates. I do have a plate tree, but since these are larger, it kind of makes it kind of hard to put on the plate tree. So the green ones are my bumper plates. Those are 10 pounds. If I'm doing more of a CrossFit type workout, some snatches, those type workouts, I can't think of the names. And then I have my 45 plates that I typically do for squatting. And then this thing right here, this is a T-bar holder. It swivels. Let me see if I can get down. So it swivels up and down. So whenever you see me doing landmine squats, that kind of thing, barbell kind of hack squats, things that I typically can't do without it, T-bar, back exercises, that kind of thing. This is what I'm using, and I have it underneath my squat rack, right? And you see, this is part of it here, and it kind of keeps it in place, right? And then I have a curved bar here, and that is for curls and that type of stuff, okay? So next is this gargantuan thing. I am gonna say this in my tips, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna configure this video, but I try to get things that I can use for multiple exercises, right? So like the squat rack, I can do pull-ups, squats, bench, that kind of stuff. My legs can go underneath that bar there when I'm doing like crunches, that kind of thing. And so this machine here, it is a Weider, W-E-I-D-E-R Pro 3550, okay? It has a Roman chair, which is that. It has a low pulley. It has a high pulley. It has a chest, chest butterfly press, that kind of thing. It has a curl on it. And then on this side here, it has a hack squat or power squat, standing squat, whatever you want to call it, area, okay? You can do calf raises on it also. All right, so this is one of the items. Again, another tip. garage sales, offer up, that kind of thing. This is one of the items I did get secondhand, and I was able to get it for a fairly good price, I think. So yeah, that is that. And I did, some of the attachments came with it, but you can pick up attachments like the rope, the low pulley, the straight bar, those kind of things from Amazon, which is where I got it. I have a 8-pound ball here, which I use to do crunches or ball throws, and then also have a couple kettlebells. There's this one. This is one that I use most regularly. This is my 30-pound one, okay? Y'all will never see me use this death trap that is a treadmill. I'm in the process of getting rid of it. I have an elliptical at my mom's house that I'm trying to get over here. I just have to take it apart, which is a whole nother ordeal. But I did use this at one point. The belt is kind of shifty and it sticks. So you can only use it on an incline, and then when you do use it, it sticks and you almost kind of trip over yourself. So that's why you never see me doing cardio on this machine, okay? And then we have my bench, okay? This is a Marcy bench, and everything I'm speaking of, if I bought it online, it will be linked down below, okay? I did get this from Amazon, and it is, what you call it? It is a multifunctional bench. It goes down, all the way down to a decline. You can see here, you can use this or move the levers, and it will take you down to a decline all the way up to sitting up straight. And you can do hamstring curls, what is it, leg extensions, quad leg extensions, and if you wanted to get creative, you could attach resistance bands and do arm exercises on it also. But y'all see me use this bench. It is very sturdy. I've had it since 2015, and so it's 2018 now, and I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. It is extremely, extremely, extremely sturdy, okay? And then the camera I film with, this is my, I think this was supposed to be like the dining room, like you display your plates and stuff, but I really want to break this thing down. I just don't have a sledgehammer, and I'm kind of scared to do it myself. But so in here I keep miscellaneous stuff, okay? So I have all my running shoes. Y'all know I dibble and dabble with the runnings. So I have my running shoes, kettlebells, foam roller, extra, I should have made this a little bit tidier, but whatever. Extra squat rack, sponge, an ab roller, all my resistance bands, some of those sweat bands that I don't ever use, weighted vest, I think I said that. On top, I will typically keep whatever workout I'm doing. So a couple weeks ago, before I started the actual, what you call it, the actual Chris Gethlin program, I was pulling workouts from Strong Curves. If you've never read Strong Curves, it is an extremely informative book. Great workouts, explains various workouts, basically all the workouts you need in life or whatever. And yeah, my pre-workouts, Sweet Sweat when I was wearing the band, that, my pens to write down my workouts, some lotion because I be ashy sometimes, y'all. And then I have on top here all my Beachbody programs, a sign that says the struggle is real, because it is. And then no pain, no gain. And my speakers, of course, because I have to have music most days to work out. And then this is going to be, I have a mat here. I don't typically use it. I also have another bar that came with my Les Mills program. I don't use that either. And then my weight tree that I keep my lower numbered weights, 5, 10 pounds, 25 pounds, that kind of thing. So yeah, guys, so that is basically my home gym. I hope I explained stuff. If there are any questions, oh, this thing right here, this is a pull-up assist. You've seen me use it whenever I do pull-ups. It has resistance bands. It counteracts your weight. It lifts up some of your weight for you, so you're not having to try to do a pull-up all by yourself. And I think that's all the pieces of equipment that I have in here currently. I do have a spin bike. My spin bike is upstairs. It's not in its room that it's typically in because I have some paintings drying in there. So, but I'll link the spin bike that I use below. And it's just a spin bike. So it's nothing like I need to really show y'all, right? So, all right, guys, so this is my home gym. Any questions? Drop them down below and let me get back on camera and do some tips. Okay guys, so you saw my home gym. Home gym is nowhere near where I want it to be, but it does what I needed to do. So yeah, right? So tip number 1 for building your own personal home gym. First of all, find a place, okay? Space is probably one of the biggest challenges. For me, I was able, like I said, to put it in what should be the dining room of the house. I know a lot of people will use their garages or, you know, a spare bedroom, something like that. Find a place, okay? Especially if you're thinking about building out a larger gym with various pieces of equipment and that kind of thing, right? So that brings me to tip number 2, okay? What is your fitness focus, all right? So for me, my big focus fitness-wise was being able to do lifting. Y'all know I am a very, I want to lift. Like I really don't care about cardio. I do it because I'm fat, but I want to lift. Like that's where I feel the best. That is what I want to do. That is what I wanted my gym to be based around. And for me, being able to lift heavy and being able to lift doing squats, bench press, deadlifts, that kind of thing was a big deal. So the first thing that I knew that I wanted to get was an Olympic bar and a squat rack, power rack, something in that arena, okay? I do recommend a power rack, not a squat rack, not what I have. What I have was purchased because I was ready to start squatting. I could not go to the regular gym anymore, so I needed something right then and there, and it was a lot cheaper than a actual power rack, okay? So a power rack is basically a cage, and it has safety built into it, right? So you're able to squat a bit heavier, that kind of thing, when you are at the point where you're really pushing yourself, right? For me, I've been able to squat up to 225 on my squat rack just fine. But again, I know my limits. And so if you are looking at going with a squat rack and not a power rack, do keep in mind that if you are going to push yourself, either know where that end point is, or excuse me guys, I'm still kind of sick. I can't shake it. Either know where that end point is or have somebody there to spot you, all right? So what is your gym's focus? Are you a cardio person? Is that what you want? You want a rowing machine? You want room for a treadmill, a cycle, an elliptical, or are you lifting based, okay? So figure out what your focus is as far as what you want your gym to be tailored towards, okay? So tip number 3, now that you know what you want your gym to be tailored towards, what equipment do you need? And start small, okay? Building out a gym can be very expensive, all right? So what equipment do you need, all right? Y'all know I'm all about muscle building. So a set of dumbbells is pretty cheap. I'll link a set below from Amazon. You can get a full set up to what, 50 pounds or something like that. Maybe not that much. Hold it. Don't listen to me. But you can get a full set for around $100, brand new. If you're like me, I'm a big OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, garage sale, wherever I see fitness equipment on sale, or for sale secondhand, I'm all for it, okay? Most of my dumbbells, if not all of my dumbbells, were picked up at garage sales, OfferUp, that kind of thing. My big cable machine was picked up secondhand for like $250 or some crap, when that's like at least $1,500 machine, and it works just fine. And so yeah, so I'm a big secondhand person, okay? So there's that. But figure out the equipment that you need. So I personally believe that you should have a set of dumbbells, right? Because you can do a lot of exercise with dumbbells. You can basically do full body workouts with dumbbells. You can squat with dumbbells. You can curl with dumbbells. You can press with dumbbells. You can do all your pulling, all your pressing, all your squatting, and all your, I'm doing a deadlift motion. And all your lifting, basically, motions with dumbbells. So anything you can do with a barbell, you can do with a dumbbell. Dumbbells allow you to isolate one side of your body. So versus when you're using a bar, and one side can compensate or the other, right? So definitely a set of dumbbells. Like I said, I'll link a set below, but Craigslist, Marketplace, OfferUp, those type of places are also good, good places to start, okay? Resistance bands. Resistance bands will help you to mimic a lot of the cable movements that you see people doing. If you're like me, you follow a lot of fitness folks on your Instagrams or Facebooks or Twitters. I don't do Twitter, but I assume, y'all, I've been painting, so ignore. So so you follow a lot of these people on Instagram, Twitters, that kind of thing, right? And you don't have a gym, but you can see what their movements look like. Resistance bands will help you to mimic a lot of those movements. So invest in a set. It's cheap. I'll link one below. Just get a set of resistance bands. They travel. Whether you get the traditional resistance bands that are just a straight rubber band, you can get the loops. You can get the big loops. Like, resistance bands are probably one of the best things that you can get, just because you can do so many different things with them. You can loop it on an actual bar and wrap it around your waist and do hip thrust. Like, come on. Resistance bands are a must have, right? So starting your gym, dumbbells, resistance bands, okay? Then you look into big equipment, all right? For me, like I said on the first tip, why I said it on the first tip, I'm sorry guys, it's late. Squat racks, power racks, that kind of thing. Once you have a squat rack or power rack, you have your deadlifts, you have your hip thrust, you have your bench presses, you have all of those kind of powerlifting movements in that one apparatus, right? Along with that, your Olympic bar, whether you get a 1-inch or 2-inch. I personally prefer a 2-inch because most of the weight plates that I see for sale are the 2-inch ones, and I'm talking about for sale secondhand, okay? So look at that. So if you are geared towards muscle building, I think the first big piece of equipment that you need to look into getting is a power rack / squat rack. I'll link mine below, but like I said, I do recommend a power rack. I will probably upgrade to a power rack one of these days, but my squat rack is doing me just fine right now, so that's what I'm going to continue to use. But yeah, so look into getting that piece of equipment first, because those exercises, your squats, your deadlifts, your bench press, your overhead presses, with your 45-pound Olympic bar, are basically the basis for a lot of weightlifting programs. And if you have that piece of equipment plus your dumbbells and resistance bands, you're good, okay? Cardio equipment. Cardio is necessary. It's just necessary. We've gone through this each week that I do my This Week in Fitness. Y'all know I'm not here for the cardio. I'm literally that meme where Homer is running and he breaks his 20-minute cardio down into 4 5-minute sections. And each 5-minute section, I'm about to die. That is me, right? Every day, all day, okay? But it's necessary, all right? So cardio. I personally do not think that a treadmill is necessary. Treadmills are hard on your knees. The treadmill I have, like I said, is a death trap, so I do not use it. I do have an elliptical at my mom's house, which I will be bringing over. I did some elliptical while I was in DR, and I realized I like it, so I am going to get that from my mom's house hopefully tomorrow and be able to use that going forward this week along with my spin bike. I do recommend spin, cycle, recumbent bike, some type of bicycle to everyone. It's probably the most accessible cardio exercise since it does not put too much on your knees, especially if you have very problematic knees or anything like that. A recumbent bike, the ones where you're kind of sitting down versus a spin bike where you're kind of up on it, right? The recumbent bikes are very gentle. Did I hit I'm sorry guys if I keep hitting my mic with my nails, but those are very much complimentary. That's not the word I'm looking for. Those are very much easier to use for people that have knee issues or back issues or anything like that. So look into getting, or if you do want to get a piece of cardio equipment, biking is probably one of the most accessible for everyone, and you can get a spin bike pretty cheap. I think you can get a spin bike maybe for $100 and do like I do Peloton. Of course it is like $12 a month, but don't go to Starbucks one day and you'll be fine. Right? So what's that? Tip number 3 was equipment. Yes. And then that's coupled with shopping via these secondhand sales, okay? A lot of exercise equipment does not need to be brand new. If you think about when you go to gyms or whatever, a lot of their equipment has been there for a very long time and still works. So you don't need to shell out $2,000, $3,000 or whatever for a piece of new equipment, because a lot of times I mean, for us, fitness ebbs and flows. For other people, fitness ebbs and flows, and folks bought this cable machine 2 years ago, and for the last year it's been a wardrobe because all of their clothes are hanging up on it. Same thing as a treadmill, same thing for your elliptical, that kind of thing. So you can get pretty new equipment or gently used equipment via these secondhand sale websites, your OfferUps, your Craigslist, your Facebook Marketplace, those kind of things. Of course, like regular, be safe about it. Make sure if you're going by yourself that someone knows that you're going. Try not to go by yourself or whatever. And y'all know how to shop online or whatever, or shop via these sites, okay? Third, once you have your space, right, I personally think you should, if you can, paint it a color that will motivate you, along with adding little touches that will motivate you, right? So like I have 2 pieces of word art. I don't know if that's what you call it, but I have 2 pieces of word art. The struggle is real, no pain, no gain. in my gym, right? I want to get some stencils for the walls, but you know, other stuff is more important right now. We'll get that sooner or later. But painted a color that will kind of motivate you. I work out very early in the morning, so I painted my gym a color that will kind of wake me up. I wanted it also to have kind of an ombre effect, so y'all saw that back wall had kind of a fade up to white. It didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to, but we're leaving it because we're not doing it again. But yeah, so paint it, make the ambiance one that is conducive to working out. Add some speakers. I have a set of like computer speakers, old computer speakers that I just plug into my phone or my tablet or whatever I'm using to play music, audiobook, whatever I'm listening to that day. What else? But yeah, just make it a place that is conducive to working out so that when you go into the gym, you want to work out, right? I do think that you should have some type of storage in this gym. So what's this, 5? Have some type of storage, a weight tree if you're using weight plates, a place to put your dumbbells. I was putting them in that brown cabinet, but it was just too much to go in and out. So I have them neatly underneath my squat rack where I don't ever, oh my gosh, sorry guys, where I don't ever go in that area, that back area of my squat rack. So, you know, get some storage, whether it's a bucket or like a little shelf or, you know, something where you can kind of put your resistance bands, your shoes, your whatever you need to store in your gym, dumbbells, weight plates, whatever. I do think a weight tree, especially for your smaller plates, once you get into serious kind of weightlifting, is very helpful to kind of keep your weights out of the way. Because y'all see, like, my gym can get out of hand very easily if I don't pick up after myself, and it can be a mess or whatever. But having that storage there available to put stuff up does help keep it kind of. Have I been talking for 17 minutes? Yo. Okay guys, let me cut this short. Wow, this video is gonna be so long. But yeah, so storage for your gym, and those are my tips. Start slow, okay? Once you know that you're going to build your home gym and you have a place to put it, you have a room, you have garage, whatever, you have a place to put it, start slow. Start with your dumbbells, start with your bike, start with your resistance bands, okay? Invest in quality, okay? Like with anything, invest in things that are quality, because really this is something that you can have for the remainder, honestly. I mean, if you take care of your equipment or whatever, this is equipment that can last you forever, quote unquote forever. But yeah, so those are my tips. And drop any questions or anything like that below. If you have some tips, drop those below. And regular This Week in Fitness will be back next week, Sunday, the first Sunday in April. No, tomorrow's the first Sunday in April. April 7th, they will be back. I worked out a little bit. I think I worked out 3 days in DR. Since I've been back this week, I haven't worked out at all, and my eating has been trash. So we're gonna try to get back on track. And I think for me, let me tell y'all what a blessing. Is that the word we're gonna use? We're gonna use the word blessing. What a blessing this series is for me, because so I wasn't able to. I came in on Monday from DR, right? And just getting back in the swing of things, And I said, well, this week I'll put up my home gym tour tips or whatever. And so I don't have to film, right? But then today I was like, shoot, I'm going to have to start filming these workouts again. That means I have to actually work out. So thank you for holding me accountable, YouTube. Thank you for holding me accountable, y'all. Because if I didn't have to film these videos, and if I didn't have folks that I know are going to be like, Ashley, where you at? Why haven't I had a This Week in Fitness this week? What you doing with your life? I would not be working out this week coming, but I am, and I went grocery shopping. So hopefully I get this video up. Y'all follow me on Instagram. I'm going to try to do a meal prep live video Easter Sunday. I know a lot of folks aren't going to be watching, but we're going to do it anyway. So meal prep live on Instagram tonight, which is April 1st. I think around 5 o'clock I'm going to try to do it. Okay, guys. So I'm heading out. It is late. It is, y'all see the nighttime? It is nighttime. Up here. So, all right, guys, remember to subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Follow me on all my social medias. Those are down below. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.